Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Yvonne from Ginger Chick Rehab. I'm so glad to have you back today. And if you're new here and visiting my channel for the first time, welcome. I do lots of DIYs, trash to treasure, furniture flips with my husband Chris, and thrifting adventures to fit into the farmhouse decor. So in today's video, I'm going to take you on a tour of my retail booth. Like I said, I do DIYs, trash to treasure, furniture flips with my husband Chris, and thrifting adventures to fit into farmhouse decor. But what do I do with those items? Well, I was very blessed to 1st of January get a retail booth to be able to sell the items that I was making for YouTube. So that's what I do with those items. So I've only been in there since January, and then we had the shutdown, so I give or take a few weeks. I've only been in there for 4 months. So I used to post video on my Ginger Chick Facebook page to let people know what I had put in the booth. So I did try to steal some video off of that, since I'm constantly videoing, so you can't save all your video. And man, that's really hard to get video off of Facebook once you have put it on there. But I did manage to have an external site that helped me with that. But anyway, so I would just wanted to show you the progression, how you can see how some items have been there and some have went fast. I mean, you just don't know when it's a retail booth. You don't know what people are looking for. Taste is personal, and you could think, oh my gosh, everybody on YouTube loved that, and it just sits there forever. It just takes that one person that really was looking for that item. So this is just what it is. It's just a little tour of the antique mall where my craft booth, I'm in the craft section, where my craft booth, they consider it, is in. And so I tried to kind of put in order and tell you a little bit about my booth, because I had lots of comments of people wanting to see my booth, so I would just send them over to my Facebook page. So I thought, for the holiday, why not just let you guys take a tour of my retail booth. So here's what the outside of the building looks like where my retail booth is. This is called Hog Creek, and as you see, it is a very large building. There's actually 3 sections to this building. 2 are the antiques, and then 1 is the craft antique side that I am in. And then here's one of the labeled antique. There's a lot of people that day, so I didn't really want to get too many people in it, but this is the side that I am, the antique and crafts. So I thought I'd take you through the path that I go to my booth. And here's our Hog Creek pig, all masked up. Yes, we are requiring masks, please. There's a lot of stuff that have to be washed off. I know that some places are optional, but this is a little jaunt I take to my booth. And I don't mind that it's not front and center. I like to see what all the other people are crafting and maybe do a little visual shopping on my way to my booth. I feel very blessed to have a retail space, and being at this antique mall is kind of like being on YouTube. There's so many different creators on YouTube, and there's just so many different crafters and antique that there's just something for everybody in this mall. And that's the fun of life. Taste is personal. You may not like what I do, but there probably is something in this mall, as the size that it is, that you would find that you liked. And for those of you who are watch my channel, I bet you can already spy my booth. I thought, since I got so many comments of wanting to see what my booth looks like, I tried to find the original pictures, and I post weekly on Facebook on my Ginger Chick Rehab. So some of these pictures were kind of tried to be taken off Facebook. I guess they don't really like you using the pictures once, so it was not an easy task to get these pictures. But this is the process of how, when I first set up my booth, and how weekly it was constantly changing. Like I said, this is right on US 12. It's a very busy antique mall, so I'm definitely very blessed to be in it. But I just thought I would just try to show the progression of, the things that hadn't sold yet, or the things that moved quickly. I mean, like I said, taste is personal, so you just never know what's going to sell. I mean, I love every single piece that I put in here. And then you just look at someone like, oh, why hasn't that sold? Or, so many people commented on YouTube. I'm surprised that this is still here. But so this is just what today's video is. I was very happy to try to put a video together on my booth because you all had been commenting over and over again about wanting to see my booth, and I had been sending you over to my Facebook page. So I hope you enjoy this tour of my booth, and you can see the progression of how my booth has changed. Now remember, I started in January and then we closed down the end of March, and then we just reopened a couple weeks ago. So I really haven't been there even really 4 months yet. So this is just the progression. So these are the videos of the most recent of what my booth looks like today. And so these are, the new black stuff that I've been doing is in, and I'm sure that you all can see some of the challenges from the YouTubes and some of my trash to treasures, some of my thrifted farmhouse makeovers. So I you just never know what to put in the booth, but I'd like my booth to be where you can grab things and not have to worry about something falling down and breaking something. I don't live that far from it, so luckily I can go weekly and I restock weekly, so it's okay to not overstock it, which I probably could do, and I don't want to, furniture, I sell more smalls than furniture, and I mean at the beginning I was selling a piece of furniture a week, but of course since we were opened, I've only sold 2 pieces of furniture, but that's, it's to be expected in these times. So I'm very happy that I go through a lot of small items. So it gives me reason to keep thrifting and keep making them over, and I love what I do. So at the end of the video is actually pictures, because when I started doing videos on my Facebook page to let people know what to expect out of my booth, I found that it was easier to take pictures because the videos moved too fast for them to kind of window shop. So at the end is just pictures is what I now take on my Facebook page, just because it's easier to kind of stop at the picture and kind of enlarge it to see the item that you are curious about. So the one thing I do have up in my booth all the time is a little sign that tells you how to care for the white pieces of furniture. I feel that cleaners take off a lot of the wax, so I always tell people just use a damp cloth, and if you get a mark on it because it's waxed, a Mr. Clean dry eraser will take it right off. Here's where I say I do groupings, like the green, I'll have it grouped together. My white with my creamers all grouped together. It may be my little OCD just a little bit, but I just think it looks more visually appealing because, you're like, oh, I like how that's set up, so I might buy 1, 2, 3, or the whole setting. And just like these vintage red-handled kitchen utensils, I have them all grouped together, so if somebody is needing help to learn how to decorate or home decor, it's just a nice way to, if you group things together, it just helps them out. And it is nice that I have pegboard to be able to hang stuff from, but the thing is so high up there that I think, with me being 5'7" and having my 6'4" husband put things up, I had him actually bring everything down to a more reasonable height for people to be able to grab off the wall. So right before we shut down, I had put this little sign up and put things 20% off, some of the things that had been here since I opened, because I just think people like sales and I thought it would be fun. So I don't really know what else to say about my booth, but this is what it is. And I do love having a booth. I love to be able to make stuff for YouTube, and I love to be able to get to sell it. And then I also having a retail booth is like getting to redecorate a little room like once a week, so I absolutely love that. And just give me a quick comment what you think of my booth. I know sometimes I wish it was a little bit larger, but you know, being only basically 4 months into this, it's the perfect size, and we just keep growing and figuring how to display stuff as we go. So what did you think of my booth? I love being in a booth because I feel like, oh wow, I get to constantly redecorate once a week, and I am very blessed that I need to go restock it once a week. So I'm, like I said, I feel very blessed. So again, I thank you so much for watching today's video of my retail booth. And I thank you if you're a subscriber to my YouTube channel. And if you're new here and you'd like to consider subscribing, just hit that subscribe button. Again, thank you so much for watching today's tour of my retail.